Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris and I just got the ultimate LEGO Bionicle display and I cannot wait to unbox it and showcase it for all of you. Now I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the condition of this is going to be when I open the box. I had this shipped over all the way from the UK here to the US, and this is actually a LEGO Bionicle store retail display that has been preserved since 2007. So let's go ahead and take a look right now. Obviously these sets themselves are sets I do already own, but what's really special about this is that I believe this is a full Bionicle display. Now I ordered this so long ago, I honestly don't even remember all of the details as to what exactly is inside here. But let's take a look because this, oh my goodness, is kind of a monstrosity. Oh wow, that is pretty crazy. Okay. Oh, smells really weird too. That might be the glue. Okay, let me see how I can actually open this up here and try to get this out without causing any damage to the items itself. Unfortunately, I can already see a lot of cracked pieces here. I might need to re-glue some stuff to get this in perfect condition, but hopefully the case itself is not broken. I think, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so what exactly is this? Let me first set aside the box here. We've got some massive batteries here. Look at those Mondo batteries. I don't even know where I'm gonna get replacements for those. I honestly don't know if this thing is ever gonna turn on again, but we've got a power cord, and yeah, that's a UK plug, so I don't even know if I can like plug this in unless I get an adapter. But this is a LEGO Bionicle 2007 Titans display case. There's a light at the top, which seems to plug in there. There's a nice cardboard backing, which unfortunately has been really warped and curved. I guess due to age, it looks like it's a little bit water damaged. This is admittedly pretty beat up, and I'm gonna do my best to restore it to its former glory. But here you can see they were showcasing Hydraxon, Maxilos, and Spinax, and Gadunka, and these models are all fully glued, so the positions are actually glued in one place. You cannot move them outside of the way they're already done, so that's kind of the way that it's set up right now. So I guess they kind of had them in weird positions. Even though they were glued, they were not in the best positions, but you can see the models themselves are fully super glued, which is what they used to do back in the day when they were doing display models like these. And this one clearly has completely snapped off the legs here, but I guess that's supposed to kind of go like that. We have Maxilos and Spinax here, if I can salvage what pieces remain of the different elements of them. And it's really interesting because you can see that inside the case there are these metal rods that keep everything up, which is pretty cool. Obviously these started off as just standard LEGO Bionicle models, which were later on glued to become display pieces. And this is something that once restored is gonna look really cool on the outside. I finally have a LEGO Bionicle official store display. So let me go ahead and try to do my best to restore this to its former glory, and let's take a look at it right now. Getting this back in perfect condition is going to be no easy task, and I definitely am curious for folks who might own store displays like these. What are your recommendations on how to actually restore these, especially if they are water damaged? It is, again, very funny how the Toamari display itself is water damaged, but I even noticed there's a lot of broken and cracked elements. Pieces seem to be pretty brittle, and it's honestly generally in poor condition. I can probably get it into a fairly okay state, but it's gonna be very difficult to actually get everything looking the way it's supposed to be. Now, the one thing that I will do in this video in particular is I will just basically take all of the figure pieces and try to get them stood up in the positions they should be in. For the most part, they're mostly intact. Like Gadunka is mostly fine. There's the claw that snapped off, but everything else is okay. Same with Spinax. Hydraxon and Maxilos are going to be a little more difficult, especially because a lot of these support stanchions behind them are cracked themselves. So that might be a bit of a challenge. I'm honestly just kind of surprised by how shoddy the glue work is. I would have imagined that for a store display they would have done a little bit of a better job of at least hiding the fact that they're all glued together, but no, if you look at it, they are pretty much just very obviously super glued at every single possible joint, at every single connector piece. They are kind of just globbed together, which I have actually gotten some other store displays in the past, and I've actually gotten a chance to get up close and personal with some of the other ones, and I will say that nowadays, especially for system sets, LEGO does do a much better job at actually having them be glued together where you don't really even see the glue. But I guess this came from an older time. It is still interesting seeing the condition it's in, and I'm very curious, again, if you happen to own one of these or another Bionicle store display, let me know what your experience has been with trying to restore it. Okay, so I've kind of restored the figures to the best of my abilities. This is what it was supposed to look like. In fact, I'm gonna pop the top off so we can get a little bit better lighting in there, but you can see, obviously it is showcasing the three big titans of 2007, especially the standard retail ones, Gdunka here, Hydraxon and Maxilos and Spinax. Now, I got this particular display because I love these figures, especially Maxilos. This is probably my favorite Bionicle G1 set, so to get an actual official store display featuring these characters was definitely something I was super excited about. To be honest, the glue job is a little bit more shoddy than I imagined. They are literally just hot glued all together, so I'm sure there's a way to take that off if you do want to restore the figures, but given that I actually do have the figures in my collection in their normal states, I'm probably going to keep this one as is because this is kind of a piece of LEGO history. You can see the figures glued in the positions they wanted them to be in for the store display. What's really interesting is, like, as you move this to the back, you might be able to see that there's some specialized rods that literally attach onto Technic connectors to actually have these figures all connected together, which is a really cool touch. And I find it so interesting how they actually were able to do this as an actual LEGO model put together in store displays. Obviously, since then, store displays have pretty drastically improved, and it's a lot easier to make store displays now that they aren't like posable action figures, but it's a really interesting one from a 2007 display. A little warped here and there, but you know, nothing that can't super be fixed or nothing that isn't a huge deal. And I really love the way they're posed as well. Spinax here is like trying to bite off Gdunka's arm. That is literally how it was posed. They are actually zip tied together, so that's really, really funny how they factored that into the storyline that this is portraying. We've got Hydraxon and Maxilos in the back doing battle, and it's just a really fun story that you can put together utilizing just the figures in this scene. Overall, this might need some more restoration work, especially the curved backing here is really warped due to water damage. So, I mean, that's kind of ironic given that this was the underwater wave and it's warped due to water damage. But I'm going to do my best to restore that. Maybe that'll be a future video, but as of right now, I just wanted to showcase the unboxing of this massive new Bionicle display model. I don't really collect store displays that much because, one, they're really unwieldy. Like, I can only collect so many of these before I run out of space, but I just had to get the Bionicle 2007 one because it is maybe my favorite year of G1. I don't know if I've ever said that in a video, but yeah, this is at least my favorite sets of G1 came from 2007, so I'm so glad to own this, and it will look really great next to my other store display, which is a LEGO Mindstorms one right there. That one I just recently got at Brickworld Chicago, which is pretty cool because you can actually control the RC arm with it. So I'm so excited to put them next to each other or maybe stacked on top of each other. And I hope you enjoyed this special look at a brand new, or not quite brand new, but new to me, Bionicle 2007 official store display. Let me know down in the comments below if you know of any other Bionicle store displays being sold. I'm definitely always interested because they are quite a unique piece of history. And I probably will only ever collect Bionicle store displays. Maybe a Ninjago one if I come across it, but I feel like as a Bionicle completionist, this is a fine addition to my collection. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming away very soon, and bye for now.